Okay, so for my first video, I want to talk about how did I get diagnosed with narcolepsy. It all started in 8th grade. I was about 14 years old. I knew something was wrong because I would fall asleep in class every single day. I thought it was because I was being a bad kid and staying up past my bedtime watching cartoons, but eventually it got so bad that I would roughly sleep an hour and a half every day in class. There would be some days where I would miss entire periods of class just with my head down sleeping. So I knew that I needed to get help. I went to the Sleep Apnea Center in King of Prussia, PA, where I signed up for a sleep study. The primary aspect of a sleep study is the PSG, or polysomnogram. What this entails is the doctors hooking up about 50 electrodes, stickers with wires connected to them, all over my body, and I was supposed to get 8 hours of sleep that night while a sleep doctor monitored all the different electrical signals coming off of the different parts of my body. As you can imagine, this is pretty uncomfortable and kind of weird, but sure enough, the results of the test came in and they said, "Yep, you have narcolepsy." I said, how can you tell that? And they said, "Well, look at the patterns of your sleep cycles. A normal person is supposed to go through sleep phase 1, sleep phase 2, sleep phase 3, sleep phase 4, deep sleep, and REM sleep. REM sleep means rapid eye movement, means you're dreaming. But what the polysomnogram showed was that when I went to sleep, I immediately went into REM phase for a small amount of time. Then I would jump back into sleep phase 1, then I would jump back into REM phase, then I would, jump back into sleep phase 2, and it was a very erratic pattern, and they said that's why you feel so tired during the day. When you go to bed at night, your brain isn't resting up the way it should be, and this is the primary symptom of narcolepsy. So, as you can imagine, for a 14-year-old, this was kind of upsetting, kind of overwhelming. But they said that it's more common than you would believe. I'd never heard of anybody with narcolepsy, but these doctors had experience, so they prescribed me with a medication called Provigil, which is similar to a medicine like Ritalin or Adderall, which acts as a stimulant, except it's not the same chemical. And we went through a basic outline of different lifestyle habits that I needed to go through now that I knew I had narcolepsy. The main change I made was that I was allowed to take one nap during the day. So I would go through my first block, my second block, and then I would take a half an hour nap during school. And I would take the medication in the morning, and I would take the medication after my nap. And this is really how I got through high school and what I needed to do to overcome narcolepsy, because if I had never gotten diagnosed, I would have slept through half of high school. So that's all I'm going to give you for today. For those out there with narcolepsy, don't give up hope. And for those without narcolepsy, now you know. Have a good one.